Oh, okay.
Did insurance take care of everything, Mr. Jones?
Honestly, I have no clue.
Did you turn it in?
It was in a work truck,
That's what I
so
figured. Here's what I'll let you do if you want to. I'll let you have a basic rule, no points. Won't go on your record, just pay the fine and go home. Would you like to do that?
I've actually got a couple points of clarification for the judge before
You can have a trial for those. Would you like a jury trial or bench trial?
I mean, I have every intention on pleading guilty today. It's just I've got a couple points of clarification for the judge.
Well, here's my deal. Okay, you can do that. All right, you go over and plead guilty to the basic rules over in courtroom 3.
All right.
Fine. You want to vote?
Grab a pen, take it with you.
I've got a couple unsigned pleas of guilty right here.
Okay, but they're gonna require that from you. So go ahead and take it. You need to take it, read it, go to clause 3, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes,
Yeah, right out here.
I'm here for
Oh,
probation.
okay.
I see that, and I'm, David Jones. David Jones. Mr. Jones, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thank you. I don't think so. Do you have a waiver of rights form?
Yeah, they gave me one over there. I've also got a couple unsigned pleas of guilty with me too.
So why don't we do this? Why don't you take the waiver and a pen, read it and sign it unless you've already done so.
Oh, I mean, I have every intention on pleading guilty today. I just have a couple clarifications I need cleared
Okay,
up.
so one moment. Everybody has to have a waiver of rights form. Everybody, todos tienen que tener una hoja de renuncio de derechos. ¿Sí las tienen? Everybody has to have one. Yes? If you don't have one, my clerk has it. But don't come up here without reading it and signing it. Okay. All right. Go ahead, sir. I'm all ears.
Okay. Do I have the right to a fair and meaningful hearing here today?
So, sir, today is your arraignment, and you have been charged with the offense of following too closely. That's it. It's my understanding you spoke to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor has agreed to reduce your charge to a basic rules violation for a fine. Are you willing to accept that today or not?
Like I just said, I have every intention on doing that. I just had a couple clarifications. The first one being, do I have the right to a fair and meaningful hearing here today?
Of course. I mean, this is a court of law. Of course, I have to treat everybody equally. But the question to you is, if you're not going to take a plea, then I have to reset you to another date if you want to try. So those are your two options.
Well, like I just said, I have every intention on pleading guilty.
Okay.
So that was a yes. I do have the right to a fair and meaningful hearing here today.
Of course, everybody does.
All right. Do I have the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges and proceedings against me?
I'm sorry?
Do I have the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges
I
and
just did that, sir. It's an arraignment.
So, just telling me what the charges are and what the prosecutor wants to make a deal with me, that's informing me of the cause and nature?
Yes, sir.
I still have a couple more clarifications.
Okay, why don't you sit down, sir, have a seat, and then I'll take you up in just a few moments, okay?
Ma'am, you just said that I had a right to a fair and meaningful hearing. How is this meaningful if you're telling me to sit back down?
I need you to sit back down, sir, please, and I'll be with you in just a few seconds. How do you begin? Do you need the services or the and they probably need it now, right?
Well, I told him to come back in here because
Okay. All right, finally, Mr. Jones, come on up. All right, sir, now let's see. You do have your waiver of rights form, if I may please take that from you?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, so I'm not gonna have any further conversations with you unless you tell me, yes, I'm going to go ahead and resolve my case today, or no, I'm gonna go ahead and take my case to trial. Sir, I let you sit in the back of the courtroom so that you could understand that I treat everybody fairly and with respect. I do not have to answer any questions from you, and you do not have to make an inquiry as to how do I do my job. So, sir, I'm gonna ask you one last time, are we gonna resolve your case, or are we gonna have a trial?
Ma'am, earlier you admitted that I had the right to a fair and meaningful hearing and that I had the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges and proceedings against me. I'm not yet fully informed.
I did that, sir. I had your arraignment. I said, sir, you're charged with the following too closely. You and the prosecutor have talked. He's agreed to amend that charge to a basic rules violation with a $215 fine. I have no further duties to you other than to tell you what you're charged with, sir. At this point, I'm gonna ask you one last time. Sir, am I taking a plea or are we having a trial?
I still have some clarifications.
I do not have to answer any of your questions, nor do you have to make a query on how I do my job. So, sir, one last time. Am I taking a plea or do you want a trial?
Objection, point of clarification.
I'm gonna be setting your case for a trial.
Hallway for 1 second, Your Honor.
Pardon?
Can I speak with him in the hallway?
Of
for just 1
course,
second?
go ahead. Mr. Henry is an attorney and he's very well learned.
Wish I could, please. Sounds like the prosecutor knocked down the basic rules. Like, that's completely not important. No points or anything. You take a case to trial. Prosecutor, I don't know.
I told them I had every intention on pleading guilty here today, paying my fine, and leaving with my freedoms. I had a couple points of clarification that she agreed to clarify for me, and now she's going back on it.
What it is as a judge, she's kind of like referee in court, so like.
Yeah, impartial.
But I can clarify the things for you.
I don't
Just
think-
by virtue.
Are you the prosecutor?
No, I'm a defense attorney. Like,
I have no use for a defense attorney.
But a prosecutor isn't permitted to give legal advice to a defendant. A judge isn't supposed to.
I'm not seeking legal advice.
Okay, all right, I was just trying to.
Are you here for probation revocation?
Ma'am?
Are you here for probation?
No, I'm here at court date.
Have you been over to courtroom 1?
Yes, ma'am, courtroom 1, courtroom
Sent you over
2,
here.
and then they sent me here.
Have a seat, sir, and then we'll go ahead and find your paperwork. Sorry for the delay.
No problem, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Jones. You've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry is a criminal defense attorney and known him for many years. I admire him as an attorney. After talking to him, do you have any further clarification? Can we move on with these proceedings or no?
I do have further clarifications.
Okay. Sir,
It's just a couple. It should only take 2 or 3 minutes, and then I sign the paper and then pay my fine and leave my freedoms.
you'll have to understand that I cannot give you any legal advice.
I'm not asking for advice, ma'am.
You are.
I'm not.
You are. Okay. I'm gonna reset your case for a bench trial, sir. And you need to probably get some legal advice.
Ma'am, you said that you admitted that I had the right to a fair and meaningful hearing. How is it meaningful if I just have to, I'm here under duress. I'm not here voluntarily.
Yeah, you would.
How is it that you're here under duress, sir?
Because if I didn't come, then people with guns would come to my house, or I would get taken into custody driving down the road. I'm here completely under duress.
Okay, well, that's why you're gonna get a bench trial, sir, because I'm not gonna answer any questions that require me to give you legal advice. It's just not what I'm
Ma'am,
here to do.
I'm not seeking advice at all. I have a couple of points of clarification I need cleared up before I'm able to enter a plea.
And again,
And it's not advice. Like I stated before, I'm very aware of the difference between advice and clarifications.
Yeah. Mr. Henry, I don't know if they need you. Do we need him in? Yes. Yeah, sit tight. I think they need you for a minute. All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead and have a seat so I can finish this other case. Have a seat, Mr. Jones. Did you find out?